Question number 15, Linda Fabiani.
To ask the Scottish Government whether national guidelines are issued in relation to testing for dyslexia.
Alistair Allen.
While there are no national guidelines issued in relation to testing for dyslexia, in order to help teachers identify the signs of literacy difficulties and dyslexia early in a child's school life, the Scottish Government, in partnership with Dyslexia Scotland, launched the online Assessing Dyslexia Toolkit in June 2010. This was supported by 4 regional seminars attended by 338 teachers. In November 2011, we announced an additional £40,000 grant to Dyslexia Scotland, and this will be used to review and update the toolkit and new materials on how to effectively support children and young people with dyslexia, make it more accessible for teachers, and develop a section for local authorities on how best to implement the toolkit.
Linda Fabiani.
The Minister for that answer. And can I ask what consideration is given to the use of colour screening for Mears-Irland syndrome? I know from the charity Sight International and East Kilbride that this 15-minute test is extremely effective. Can I ask whether there is a case that the Minister sees for potential piloting locally for such testing beyond the work currently carried out at Glasgow Caledonian University? I note that part of the toolkit is accessibility for teachers and local authorities, and I am sure that South Lanarkshire Council would consider such a pilot, particularly for school children.
Minister.
The use of colour screening for Mears-Irland syndrome falls out with the scope of the NHS eye examination. However, under the Education Additional Support for Learning Scotland Act 2004, as amended, education authorities are required to identify, meet and keep under review the additional support needs of all pupils for whose education they are responsible. As far as South Lanarkshire Council is concerned, as far as the proposal that they might pilot the test, it is, of course, their decision as to whether they would consider such a pilot. But if such a pilot did take place, the Scottish Government would certainly be very interested to see those findings.